the horrors of Easter egg hunts. So, we're going to be talking about the history of Easter egg hunts and going into a creepypasta and really scary things about it. So, let's first start with the history. Every Easter, children across the country rush around their homes and gardens searching for chocolate eggs. For some families, Easter just isn't Easter without the annual Easter hunt. But how did this all become a thing? Like, who started it? Although its roots aren't totally clear, it's widely believed that egg hunts date back to the 1700s when the Dutch believed in an egg-laying hare called Oster Haws. This hare would run around laying eggs in the grass, and children were encouraged to build nests for it to lay in and to search for the eggs it left behind. Now, Oster Haws eventually became the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny isn't really known for its egg-laying capabilities, but it does have the traditions of carrying around an Easter basket filled with chocolate eggs. Now, Queen Victoria actually helped popularize Easter egg hunts. As a child, she enjoyed egg hunts at Kensington Palace that her mother would organize for her. And on Sunday, April 7th of 1833, the 14-year-old princess, Victoria, actually wrote this quote in her diary. It says, "Mama did some pretty painted and ornamented eggs and we looked for them." So, that just proves back in the 1800s, they were doing Easter egg hunts. Victoria and Albert continued this German tradition, hiding eggs for their own children to find. And still, even in her adult years, she would write in her journal about these egg hunts. For example, here's a direct quote from her from 1869. It says, "After breakfast, the children as usual on this day looked for Easter eggs." So, of course, because the Queen was doing it, everybody wanted to do it. So, we're going to talk about a chocolate Easter egg creepypasta that stems from Korea. And this story takes place at midnight. After a long day of Easter activities, a girl was sitting at the table in her living room, trying to do some studying, and her little brother was behind her, playing with some toys. The girl was eating out of her basket of chocolate Easter eggs that she had found during the egg hunt earlier in the day, and she had been savoring them all day long, eating them slowly. But her brother basically ate all of his within an hour, like he just gobbled them up super quickly. "Can I have a chocolate egg?" asked her little brother behind her, and she replied with no, because she wanted them all to herself. She found them, she caught them, they were all hers. "Please, can I have a chocolate egg?" he continued to whine behind her, but once again she told him no, and tried to ignore him. She continued eating her chocolate eggs, but her brother kept pestering her to give him one. So, eventually, she grew tired of the constant distraction and annoyance. So, she grabbed her half-finished basket of candy and tossed it over her shoulder to her brother, and she basically told him to just have the rest, as long as he left her alone. She heard the rustling noise behind her as her little brother ran over to grab the eggs. But then there was silence for a couple of minutes, and then she heard a voice say, "There's only 2 left, can I eat one?" The girl sighed and said yes once again, and she just wished that he would stop bugging her. But then she heard some really strange slobbering and munching sounds coming from behind her. "Now, there's only 1 left," said the voice behind her, but she still assumed that it was her brother, and she told him to stop pestering her and to just eat the last one already. But then she turned around, and to her horror, she saw this tall, hideous monster, and it had just finished chewing on the remains of her little brother, and he was walking towards her with sharp teeth visible. And that's how the story ends. Apparently, it is trying to teach kids to just share their food, or the creepy Easter monster is going to get you. So, it seems like the first 2 questions were actually her little brother. But after she kept saying no, this creepy creature stepped in, and when he said there's only 2 left, "Can I eat one?" he was referring to her and her little brother. He wanted to eat them the whole time. Does that make sense? Thanks for watching.